My name is Mathume. I study BSc IT at the University of Free State. I'm going to be talking about why South Africa is a special place to study Earth system science. Earth system science is the study of the Earth system with an emphasis on observing, understanding, and predicting global environmental changes involving interactions between land, atmosphere, water, ice, biosphere, societies, technologies, and economies. Our biodiversity. If you're botanical bent, you'll never want to leave South Africa. We have the third highest level of biodiversity in the world, and ours is the only country to contain an entire flora kingdom. The Cape Peninsula National Park has more plant species within its 22,000 hectares than the whole British Isles or New Zealand. Some 18,000 species of vascular plant occur within South Africa's boundaries, of which 80% occur nowhere else. Our climate. South Africa, as often been said, is a land of contrast. This certainly applies to South African climate and weather conditions. South Africa has a varied geographical landscape, which impacts on the different climate experience from one end of the land to the other. For example, we have the semi-arid Karoo, balmy, subtropical Durban, and mild Mediterranean Cape Town. It has a Mediterranean climate with hot, windy summers and cool, moist winters, creating a unique floral assemblage known as fynbos locally, but Cape Flora Kingdom internationally. The semi-desert regions have an incredible amount of succulent plants. 1/3 of the world's succulent plant species occur in South Africa, many of which have a brief but a bright flowering season. In South Africa, temperatures are influenced by variations in elevation, terrain, and ocean currents more than latitude. In general, much of the country has warm sunny days and cool nights. South African climatic conditions vary noticeably between the east and west coast, largely due to the warm Mozambique current along the Indian Ocean coastline in the east and the cold Benguela current along the Atlantic Ocean coastline in the west. Rainfall occurs in summer for majority of the country, with the exception of Cape Town, which experiences winter rains. Our oceans. South Africa has some unique geographical features. It is the only country in the world to border both the Indian and the Atlantic Ocean. For example, on the east it borders the Indian Ocean, while on the west it borders the Atlantic Ocean. The two oceans converge near South Africa's Cape Point, the most southwest point in Africa, where the Benguela current from the west meets the Mozambique current from the east. The Indian Ocean on the east is warmed by the Mozambique current, which flows down from the tropics, while the Atlantic Ocean on the west coast is cooled by the icy Benguela current, which comes up from the Antarctic. To conclude, South Africa has convenient climatic changes. You can drive from summer rain to winter rain within minutes. The biodiversity is great since most plant species are found in the country, and we can't forget our two oceans. Where else can you find all that except in South Africa?